We just published the biggest study ever on Query Fanout. I will explain a little bit later on the video what is Query Fanout, but basically just understand that if you understand Query Fanout and if you understand how an AI is searching online, you can understand what content you need to create, how you optimize your content, and basically how you can influence an LLM like ChatGPT or Gemini. I will explain everything on the video. Let's go. To start with, here's the study. So it's the Query Fanout reality. I will explain what is Query Fanout, and particularly I will explain 4 key learnings of things that you need to change on your website to make sure it is optimized for AI search. This data comes from Qwairy. Qwairy is my company. We are Qwairy.co. We are a GEO tool, generative engine optimization tool. We help brands to rank higher and to be present on LLMs. I will show a little later what you can do with Qwairy. First question you want to ask is, what is Query Fanout? Basically, it's very simple. When a user submits one prompt to ChatGPT or Gemini, an LLM will split it out, which we call fan it out, into multiple smaller queries. And all these queries will be sent to other backend services and in general to search engine, which means, for example, if you are searching for the best shoes and you ask ChatGPT what are the best shoes in 2026, basically ChatGPT will fan this out and will probably search on Google what is the best shoes 2026, what is the best shoes for hiking 2026, what is the best shoes for football 2026, reliable shoes, whatever, and they will search all this data and get all the results, analyze the results, and from this they will provide an answer. And this is Query Fanout. And basically the good thing is that on Qwairy.co, we can get all the fanouts, we get them directly from the code, and understanding the queries an LLM might search for a specific prompt will help you understand the queries you should rank for to grow your brand presence on LLMs. You know, there are a lot of learnings from this study because we studied more than 100,000 different Query Fanout, and from these studies, we can deduce which content you need to create and what kind of words you need to put on your content. So these are the different learnings. What words in a prompt trigger a web search? That will be in the last slide. Which words you should add to your content to improve LLM's presence, and how ChatGPT performs web searches and how to reverse engineer them. So just so you know, we analyzed 100,018 web search queries generated by AI system, 38,000 user prompt, 2 providers, Perplexity and ChatGPT. We didn't have enough data for AI Overview and Gemini, so it was not worth it. But let me know in the comment if you are interested, because we have more data now, so I can run this study again. So the first learning is that AI search behavior is provider dependent. For example, Perplexity, when they have to search online, Perplexity, every time you do a prompt, they will search online on Google. And basically they are single query in general. That means that they will just try the search for one query. ChatGPT is multi-query. For 67% of the time, they will do different queries online. And so that means a very simple thing. For Perplexity, if you want to improve your visibility, you simply need to understand for one specific prompt what is the query that they are searching on the web. For ChatGPT, it's a bit different because it's multi-query. So basically what you need to do is, for one prompt, understand all the queries that they might search and try to rank for all these different queries. And this will help you to rank higher. And this is something to understand, is that today it's not only about being present where a user, a real human like me, like you watching this video might search. It's also about being present, ranking where ChatGPT, Perplexity are searching and for which keyword they are searching online. So this is just an image. It's always nicer to see it in image. You can see that Perplexity is 70% a single query, whereas ChatGPT is multi-query most of the time. And I will detail a little bit later for which query they go for multiple queries, because there is a little difference, and for which query in general they go for single query. So this is something I already told you before. Just understand that there is a visibility multiplier. For example, if there is multi-query to rank for, you should try to rank for all these queries. There is a mechanism that is called RRF. I will let you have a look at this. It's a bit more complicated. I will not explain it in this video, but if you are interested, let me know in the comment. I will probably create another video. This is RF. Third learning is that certain words massively increase Query Fanout. For example, when in a prompt there is the word list, in general, there's 14 times more queries fanout that are made by LLMs. Why? I think because when you ask for a list of products, the LLM directly understands that he has to give a lot of product. So obviously he's searching for a lot. Same thing for all top comparison agencies to local services. You have to know that there is multiple Fanout. I will explain this in a minute. Just before that, I will show you how you can discover the Query Fanout directly on. So just so you know, getting Fanout data on Query is very simple. Basically, you just add your brand, you have 100 credits for free, and basically you can look here but directly at the best search queries, for example, and here you see that best running shoe brands 2025 was searched by ChatGPT and Perplexity, and there was 5 usage. And basically if you click on it, you can see the prompt, so you can know for which prompt this was searched, and you could even click at the prompt, look at the bottom, and basically for the prompt, what's the best brand for running shoes in 2025, the LLMs, they would search best running shoe brands 2025, top running shoes brands 2025, best running shoe brands in 2025. They will search this kind of keyword. So this is how you can see it directly on Query. And let's continue with the analysis, and I have some nice things to share with you. We are now entering into the different learnings that for me are the most important from this study, and these different learnings will really help you to optimize your content for LLMs. Basically, the first one is that short prompts often generate more searches than long ones. So what you have to know here is that if you want to rank for a very long prompt, well, you have to know that the LLM will divide and split this prompt into a lot of different searches. So that means if you want to rank for a long prompt, you need to be present on a lot of different queries, and all these queries, you can know them directly. With my tool, there are couple of other extensions that you can use, but I think Qwairy is just more easy to use. So don't forget that. Imagine the prompts that your user might search, and if they are very long one, please understand that that means that you need to rank on a lot of query to be present on those prompts. Then you also have to know that AI systematically rewrites user intent. So this is very important because this is how you can optimize your content. The first thing is that LLMs add recency 28% of the time. So that means they will add 2025, 2026, this kind of word. So add this word in your meta title, in your meta description, in your H1, in your content in general, and don't forget to have fresh content because content freshness is really important for LLM. Second point, add geography. That's in general what LLM might do, adding France, adding Paris, whatever. And they will also add evaluative intent like best, top, reviews. Have a look in the description in the full study that we did. You will see the different numbers. I think geography is like 15% of the time and evaluative intent is 10% of the time. But the most important is really this one, 28% of query will contain the date. So content freshness and AI optimization for this keyword, SEO optimization for this keyword. Also, you have to know that query stability will differ radically by provider. In general, Perplexity will perform the same query for the same prompt. You do 2 times the same prompt, it will perform the same query 93% of the time. ChatGPT is very different. 89% of the time, they will differ and search for a different query for the same prompt. So that means that you need to research even more the different query Fanout, the different queries they search, and be present on always more potential queries directly on SEO because they should search on Google. So you have to be present on LLM. And finally, here are the words that trigger a web search by LLM. What we know is that there is Query Fanout only when there is a web search. So we can know that these different words are the ones that generate the word list, the word top, comparison, best, how to, why, what is. You see, what is generally doesn't generate a Fanout, a web search, because if you ask ChatGPT what is a shoe, he knows it. He doesn't need to search online, so he can give you directly the answer. This is it. Don't hesitate to read the full study. I think this study has a lot of great information. If you want to improve your presence on LLM, test things, tell us, try Qwairy. You have 100 queries credit for free. Subscribe and talk soon. Ciao.